All right, in this video, I'm doing a 30-day series covering a feature that I found in my YouTube studio, which I think is really cool. So if you click here under content to the left of videos right now, if you click inspiration, you'll see for content that YouTube just gives me for free. So I thought, hey, YouTube probably knows a lot more about my audience versus all of its users and how to keep them, attract them and keep them engaged and stuff. So if I just do an experiment over the next 30 days and publish a piece of content work, but what I it thinks is a good suggestion, I probably have a good chance of getting some momentum. So these are some ideas. If you want more, you can click show more. If you like these types of ideas, you can click this button, more like this. And then if you want to save these for coming back later, you can click that button. I've saved a couple, so I'm going to click this view saved button. And I've already made a couple of videos. And so the next one in the list is this 0 backlink blueprint for ranking micro niche sites in competitive markets. So I've been in the affiliate marketing and SEO space now for a long time, about 20 years. And so I have a lot of knowledge that I've gathered over the way or along the way, and that's allowed me to be able to speak to talk about these topics and stuff. I do have a course which I'll mention at the end of this video, which you can check out, which is my blueprint that I've used to generate millions of dollars in affiliate commissions in my time online. But along the way, I've gathered a lot more information and stuff and gone through a ton of courses, been through different masterminds. So I know a lot more than I teach, these videos allow me to kind of just talk about some of those things. So I'm just kind of speaking. I'm literally reading these titles for the first time and just talking about what I know based on those titles. So the 0 backlink blueprint for ranking micro niche sites in competitive markets. So that's kind of a mouthful. I'll try to bring in some visuals. So what this is making me think of is, or how I kind of unpack this. I feel like it's saying like three things at once. So let's start with like competitive markets. So when I think of competitive markets, let's just take like health and wellness, for instance. That's a really, really big market. But if you were to divide that, segment that down, there's all kinds of different categories. There's like nutrition, and then there's all kinds of people that are sick trying to get better, like diabetes and cancer and things like that. So those are still pretty big, I would say, competitive markets. And how I would approach these if I was trying to promote a product in those, or just trying to get indexed and ranked and get some traffic and traction, I would use keyword tools like SEMrush or Ahrefs. And SEMrush has a keyword magic tool, and then Ahrefs has their keywords explorer tool. And I'm not going to be able to like demonstrate how to use these tools in this video, but each of them have tutorials on how to use it. And basically, you would, I wish I could demonstrate it, but I'll just tell you. So what I would do, I would start with like a what I call a seed keyword, which let's just say like, how to remove a wart, or something like that. And then from there, those keyword tools are going to give you a long list of keywords that it's going to gather. So you want to start with a kind of a shorter phrase, because that's broad, and that way it's going to give you the most amount of data, the most amount of keywords related to that word, the most amount of searches that people are typing in that have that word in it. And then from there, you're going to use those tools to narrow that list down to a couple of lists. You can narrow it down to people searching by questions that have that keyword in it. So with questions that have the word wart in it, and then each of them have a different name for this. The Ahrefs and SEMrush, they have a different name or labeling of this, but you can search it by like some of the least competitive long tail keywords that have traffic, like the smallest amount of traffic, usually like 10 searches consistently per month or more, 10 to 100 or whatever. That's the second type of list. And the third type of list is transactional keywords. So that's going to narrow that list down quite a bit. And then what you can do, I wouldn't necessarily consider this a, well, it's a micro niche site, but what I'm proposing, this direction, is not necessarily that the page is only going to have a handful of pages. From there, you could cluster the keywords. There's keyword clustering tools if you want less pages, but this is my simple philosophy. So you start with the long tail keywords and create content around those that have the smallest amount of traffic. And this, I just call this traffic snowball method. And you start from the bottom and you work your way up the list. And you just, there's AI tools make this way easier now. You can just interlink those tools, interlink those pages as you're building up, but have AI generate pages around each of those keywords, and then just get those pages indexed. There's indexing tools out there. One is called Omega Indexer. That's a good one, but there's some other ones. You may have a preferred one, but this one works really good and it's affordable, easy to use. And you just start publishing and indexing those pages. And then what I've noticed over time is that Google's going to start sending you that little trickle of traffic, because most SEOs are not going to take the time and effort and money to make content around those small keywords. And what I've noticed is that once Google starts sending you organic traffic and people have a good interaction with your site, which they probably will now with AI content that generates really good content, and you may want to add some images and stuff and maybe some videos so that it can increase the time that they're going to spend and scroll on your website. And then over time, as more organic traffic comes, it's like a snowball. Because organic traffic comes and stays, Google's going to start ranking you for and sending traffic for other related keywords. And then you just work your way up the list over time. And eventually that little site that started from nothing is going to start ranking and pulling in traffic that you're not even optimizing for necessarily with backlinks. Just from your organic traffic, it's going to start building authority and momentum. And eventually you're going to start ranking for more and more and more medium tail keywords, and then you can take it all the way up to long tail keywords, so you can become like a powerhouse and authority with this micro niche of a competitive market, if that makes sense. So like maybe you're not going to probably rank for the word like cancer, like cure cancer, but you can rank for like a subcategory of people searching for something specific related to cancer. And there's probably thousands and thousands of searches of those people. They're like maybe just specific cancer related questions, not even all of them, but just like specific. You're probably going to see some patterns and stuff in the keywords and stuff, and you can be the niche site around cancer or diabetes or something for specific keyword and search and questions and search pages. So hopefully that all lands and makes sense. It's pretty simple, but that's how I would go about it. You don't need backlinks necessarily to rank and get traffic. And this is a simple, basic, logical way of creating content that builds momentum on its own, just starting at the bottom and working your way up. And you can get traffic this way with just content alone. So that's how I would do it. Now, going back to the course that I mentioned in the beginning, it's called SEO Affiliate Domination. You can visit seoaffiliatedomination.com to learn more. You can click this, watch the free presentation, and that'll take you to a page where you can watch a video about our process and learn a little bit more about it, see if it resonates with you, see if it feels right for you. It's been working for a very long time, but I've been put this course together in 2017, and I've been made several $1,000,000 online as an affiliate in those years. And my students, one of my top students, have generated 6 figures a year with the same process. So this is a process that's simple, it's scalable, it's sustainable. It's something that's worked long before AI. It's something that still works with AI even better. It's way easier. And you can check out some of the testimonials. So this is what the page looks like when you go to the website. And then this is what the course looks like, or not the course looks like, but these are the modules and stuff inside. There's only 8 modules, and I even addressed like the AI revolution and stuff and how that fits into what we're already doing here, because that's a question that a lot of people have. But yeah, just 8 simple modules. They're super short lessons, so you can learn this stuff fast, implement it even faster. And then there's also some really awesome videos here in the miscellaneous section. Mental models, which I highly recommend going through. This is like my philosophies on how I my perspective of like SEO and affiliate marketing and stuff, and how the lens through which I look at it. So this is what gives me my edge over other marketers and SEO people and affiliate marketers and stuff. And then the mindset material, which I highly recommend. These are not my content, but these are pieces of media that I've gathered over the years that have helped shape and strengthen my mind. And so I wanted to share those with you as a bonus as well. And there's other bonuses included, but this is the main core training of the recipe that's been responsible for the screenshots you see here and the results of the people that you see in these testimonial videos. So if you are looking for a method for making money online, whether you've been looking for a while or you're just getting started, then highly recommend this. This is evergreen. This is not a process that's going to go away anytime soon. I've used it to make millions of dollars myself, and others have as well. So check out SEOaffiliatedomination.com to learn more. And I want to thank you so much for checking out this video. Hopefully you learned something. And this is Greg Jeffries, and I'll see you in the next one.